Hey guys, my name is Tracy L. Adulthood is Overrated, and this is my art supplies video. We are going to look at my collection of art supplies, and then I'm going to show you how I use it all by drawing a new picture in my sketchbook. I used these supplies to make my CalArt sketchbook, and I've had a lot of these supplies for like the last 2 years. And I honestly probably won't be buying anything new until I use all this up, unless I absolutely have to, because material is expensive. So share this video if you want to know cheap alternatives to expensive supplies. I'm really happy with my collection, and I preserve things in bins organized by medium in a cool dark area. So if I have to leave the house with something to draw outside or do some life drawing, I pick a palette beforehand at random, so that's kind of neutral no matter what the subject is, and I carry it all in a crayon box in my backpack. So let's have a look. So first we got some gouache. It's kind of like watercolors, but it has a high opacity, which means that when you use it, you can't see through the pigment unless you water it down. I really like this medium, and I want to experiment with it more because I've seen illustrators make really cool effects with it. One of the problems with watercolor is that when you need to layer lighter colors on top of darker colors, you don't always get the effect you want. And that's where gouache comes in really handy for me. I think I'll be buying more of this in the near future. This brand is pretty good, it's good quality. Next we have some acrylic markers. These are awesome because they're much cheaper than an acrylic set and give you the control of a marker. I find that they dry out really quickly, so like don't have a fan on or a window open when you're using them. And they kind of are inefficient for filling in large areas, but they work well for accents and highlights in an illustration. I would definitely recommend this for people who are looking to use acrylics without the pricey commitment. Also, they last forever, even if you put a dent in them. These pastels are what's left from a set that I used to have. It was a complete set with all the basic colors, and I don't think I ever mastered pastels, but they're definitely helped me get loosened up for figure drawings. They also help me get through a lot of art block. If I don't like the way a drawing is going, sometimes I create the same image using multiple materials because it helps me think differently, and pastels force me to deal with how I'm using the colors on the page. I probably won't buy these again because it was expensive, and the things I draw with pastels never last. It's very smudgy, and no matter how much hairspray I use, I can't seal the sketchbook, and it's very messy. I could use cheaper material to experiment in the same kind of way. I don't know. What do you guys do to beat art block if you can't think of an idea and you have a blank slate in front of you? Let me know in the comments. A lot of the material I use is permanent, but I do have some erasers, just in case. I purposely buy permanent tools because it stops me from second-guessing myself and being critical while I draw. Because if I can't erase what I've done, I have to deal with it on the page, or start a new page. I'm not going to start a new page because that's a waste of a page in my sketchbook. So I have to continue even if I don't like it. And I find that it's easier to learn when you don't avoid your mistakes or judge yourself while you draw. If you're forced to deal with it, then you'll make it work. Desperation is the mother of invention. Like this video if you're self-critical for no reason. These are some wood paints I bought over a year ago to do a custom skateboard commission that fell through. I never used them again because they ruined one of my brushes. I would love to do another custom skateboard project again though. That was really cool. Next we have some Whiteout. It's cheaper than white acrylic and it does the exact same job. It's great for highlights or correcting your work. This is another material that can definitely ruin your brushes, so I suggest getting a whiteout pen or using a sponge, something that you don't care much about. Sharpeners are essential, and by the time you watch this video, the sharpener will probably be lost. This is a life lesson. It will never be there when you really need it, and that's all you need to know about sharpeners. This is another eraser I think I borrowed this from a friend and never gave it back. So, Emmy, if you're watching, I'm so sorry. You can take it back whenever. But it's an awesome tool. It's an eraser in pen form, and it's very clean. So no smudgies. I have no idea where she got it from, but it's a real gem. Most of this supplies is from Blick Arts, and when I go in there sometimes, I just get 1 or 2 things I want to play with. Don't go into that store with more than $10 cash on you. You'll blow all your money on awesome supplies. I don't think pencils matter. They all pretty much do the same thing. But this is an HB pencil. It's fine for sketching or planning out a page. I try to avoid using it to finish projects because other mediums I find are much more fun. This is a China marker. I also use it to plan out a page. This is a cool thick piece of graphite I have. It has an extender because there isn't much left of it. The extender is awesome for making pencils and other stuff last longer because if whatever you're using is too short to hold, you just pop it into the extender and tighten it, and then you don't have to throw it out right away. You have it for a little longer. So you can just put it in the extender. Live the dream. This is a Micron. I love Microns. They're the greatest thing in the world. They come in different colors, and I really like the dark blue ones. Sometimes I use it with watercolors, but you gotta be careful because some of them tend to bleed. I always do a separate test if I'm using a Micron with any type of paint or marker. I usually use these for line work, so I don't really buy sizes over 0.5. This is a ceramic bowl made by my friend Jess. She throws pots and stuff. I love using this bowl for my paint water because it's pretty, and right now it's full of cloves for no particular reason. It's easy to carry, easy to clean. Any portable container is good for paint water. It doesn't really matter. But if you have something cool that's full of good vibes, I think it helps your drawing. It helps you get in the right mindset, right? Now for the main event, watercolors. Watercolors are my favorite thing right now. I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't go brand crazy. When it comes to materials, 85% of what I have is from Crayola. The same thing you find in like a toddler's art set. I used to buy little packs of crayons and burn through them in a day, so they aren't in this video, but crayons and watercolors are so my thing right now. I think these sets cost like $1, and they're really basic, come in lots of colors, and get the job done. It's perfect. School glue is awesome for patching together work in your sketchbook. If there's something you want to fix, cut it out and glue a new piece of paper to the picture and keep drawing. Or if you want to use it to paint, it dries looking like clear paint. It's pretty cool. Next we have some ink. I used to use these more often, but it does the same thing as a Micron. I chose the colors black, brown, and blue. Sharpie jar Sharpies. Thick Sharpies, thin Sharpies, great for a dark black line or shading. I like to take these out when I do street drawings. They're also cheaper than Microns, so if I lose one of them, I'm not going to cry about it. Rulers. I never use rulers, but I know lots of people use them for drawing environments. I think they're good for practicing perspective. I don't do a lot of environments right now, but it is something I plan to get into over the summer more. If you don't have a ruler, don't fret. They don't matter. As a matter of fact, your work looks more human if you don't use a ruler. One of my past homework assignments was to draw 400 straight lines and 400 perfect circles in a week across an 18 by 24 sheet of paper. And let me tell you, you should definitely try it because after pushing yourself that much, you'll never need a ruler again. This is my brush collection. It's mostly soft watercolor brushes and some stiffer small acrylic brushes. The sizes are on the smaller side because I tend to work on 8 by 11 sketchbook paper. But I have some larger ones just in case I need to fill a space. I wash them in warm water after every use. brushes can be expensive, so you have to take good care of them. A lot of the watercolor sets I showed you earlier come with decent brushes, so sometimes you don't have to go out and buy one. This is my marker / colored pencil bucket. I have one Copic marker because they're too expensive, but they're really good quality. If you can afford a set of Copic markers, I don't know why you wouldn't get one. They're super great, lots of color variety, very refillable. I could go on and on. But like I said, their only downfall is their price. So I use Crayola, which is a smaller color selection, but it's more cost effective. Here are some more alternative markers. Like this Quilted Marker. You can use it to control the thickness of your line, and the brand logo wore off. So I don't know what they're called, but they look like this and come with a different tip on each end. Speaking of quills, here's the quill I use for my inks. It's nothing special, just a starter quill for beginners. I used to use color pencil a lot in high school, and they last forever, but they're labor intensive and can be annoying if you need to fill a large space. I have these lead packets for mechanical pencils, because I clearly remember my high school art teacher saying you can't make good art with a mechanical pencil. So I bought them on purpose and tried. Back to Copic alternatives. Fiber Pastels are nice. They make very specific colors and last longer without refills than Copics. And yeah, that's my collection. Like I said before, the tools don't matter. If you build your skills and don't limit yourself to doing one thing, you'll be fine. Don't think you have to buy hundreds and hundreds of dollars of art supplies to be a good artist. Just keep drawing. That's really all you have to do. Play with what you have and explore things that interest you. So now I'm going to use some of these tools I just showed you to draw my friend Hannah as a villain. Why don't you pick a friend and try drawing them as an evil character? If you do, post it on Tumblr with the hashtag TracyLArt. Alright guys, let's draw.